Welcome back. So, this episode I want to talk about my participation at the Ludum Dare Game Jam, and it's called LD Jam as well. So, and the event is finally over, but the thing is, I wanted to make a video while I am jamming or creating the game, but it's nearly impossible to create a video for the game, a video how you do the game, and still creating the game. It's impossible. So, basically, this is a post recording. So, yeah. What is Ludum Dare? It's a game jam, and what kind of game jam is it? It is a game jam where you can participate, and you have, I think, around 48 hours. Here are the rules for it. You can take part of the jam and the compo, and I decided I will take part of the compo, and it's classic, and I love the classic, so the compo is a little bit more what's for me and not what's for other people. So basically the rules are very simple. You must work alone, solo. Your game and all your content, for example art, music, sound, etc., must be created within 48 hours, and the source code must be included. I don't know why, but these are the rules, and yeah, I stick to the rules. So, yeah, normally the whole process is the following. You start with a theme suggestion. I suggested something like Box, yeah, it's a good theme. And the second theme was Bunny Hop. And the third one, I don't know. As you can see here, the theme that was voted, which had the most votes, was Running Out of Power. And there are a few other ones that were pretty good, but they didn't make it. For example, Machine Start With Nothing. Running Out of Space. It's really close to Running Out of Power. So the next thing I did was, waiting until the start at 3 a.m. And then, yeah, think about a game I want to make, and I had 48 hours for the whole thing. So let's have a look at the game. I started with models, and one of the first model I made was this island. And yes, hopefully Blender can start. Unable, oh no. Okay, this can take a while, but I can show it to you here. Island. So this is the island I made. It's pretty simple. It's just a sphere that was cut in half and then a little bit flattened around here, and two cubes, and then yeah, this palm trees. Oh, now it's loading, but this is not the island. This is the island. So there it is, nice and smooth. So then I took a plane. It was this water basic daytime plane, and put it around there, and then I had a very good start, because what I need is a rocket, because what I wanted to make is something like a rocket start game, like you have an island and a rocket, and then you push up and the rocket starts, and it was pretty easy with this Unity engine. And this was the rocket, or is the rocket. You can look through it, it's not closed. It was a little bit of mass to have a perfect triangle here. And yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the WhatsApp rocket icon, but I figured it out afterwards. So, and yeah, then I have some mountains, which are not so spectacular. They are just a plane where I can show it to you. I took a vertex, for example, this vertex, then I said something like proportional editing on, and I say okay, make it random, then put it up or down, and you see there's some kind of mountain generating thing around here. Don't turn it too high, a little bit lower, maybe this, and then you say okay, I make this one, and after that you can flatten it a bit, and then you have a mountain which looks like that. The cloud base, it's really simple. Then the cloud, it was the same logic as with the mountains. I took what I did, was it a sphere? Oh no, icosphere. I guess I took that with a very low poly count, and then I do the same trick with this proportional editing and random generated movement. The barrel took me a lot of time. I think the most of the time I spent with the barrel, and it's still not perfect, but yeah. It's a barrel, you can see it's a barrel. Yeah, and that's it. The rest is coding. So I put it all together in here. And yeah, these are particle effects. This is not part of the game jam, this is part of the suggestions of the user, because I plan to iterate on this thing, but now I leave it 2 weeks as it is, and after that, after the voting is done, because I want to play fair, then I will edit it. So what do we have here? Something to mention is the camera. Here it is. The camera, and the camera has post-processing behavior, and if you know Unity, you know there's a post-processing profile that's attached to it, and this is pretty new to Unity, I guess, and I have something like a bloom effect, as you can see here. You can't really see it. Color grading is off because I changed the lighting. It was nice to have a color grading, a vignette, which looks pretty neat. That's it. I wanted to have a depth of field, but I was playing around with it and didn't work on mobile, and I said, just leave it out. It's something like polishing, even though the game's not ready. So, can I play it? Yes, I can. Maybe I close Blender. So, yeah, that's it. So, you get this info screen, you can click it away, you have a power bar, height. I want to change it so that you have a max height that you should reach. I don't know if I should do it yet. I have to change the build settings to PC, because otherwise I have to play with these buttons. You saw those buttons. There was a button for left, right, and the P lets the whole thing start. Switch platform, switch to PC, and then the whole logic changes. There are no buttons anymore. I can use my gamepad, I just grabbed it. And okay, now it needs to re-import everything. Okay, while it is re-importing everything, we are raiding, or we are switching back to the home page to see what the status is. Yes, we do. So, here it is. So, 2 days have passed since I submit my game. My game is here. It's called Icarus Launch. You see some screenshots here, high score, we can see it right now. In a few seconds, I mean. The source code is here, and the neat thing about Unity is you just click Android and you get an Android version, a Windows version, an HTML5 version. And after I figured it out, I thought, yes, I think 50% are using Unity, or 60%, and so many of them may be using Unreal Engine, and a few are using no engine at all, but still some kind of HTML5. And yeah, if you needed to play other games or wanted to play other games, it's so much easier if you have an HTML5 version, because you click on it and you can play it. So, and if you have a Windows version, you have to install something somebody has developed, and it could potentially harm your computer, because writes from the web versions are not so deep and they can't modify the system. So yes, I would like to say this is a recommendation to have an HTML5 version in this context. Where are my ratings? This is a bug. Normally here are my ratings. So I had like 24 ratings, so 28 ratings. Here it is still, but it's all 0 here. I don't know why. I've given 30 ratings and there was a comments. So let's go back. Oh, it switched platform. I can start it again. So, and now you see it switched a little bit. It is an explanation. Push left, it's turning left. Push right, it's turning right. And the spacebar to just power the thing. And let's go. As you can hear, there are some nice effects. This is a particle effect. You can see it's around here. Here's a particle system. Yeah. If I disable it, it's still working, but this is looking way better. So now I can grab some barrels. I indicate it with this arrow. Many people say this indication is not so good because they barely know where the thing is, or the barrel is. But I think it has to be a little bit harder than just fly to the direction the thing is pointing and you exactly know where to go. So, and yeah, on these stations you can fool your complete rocket up and then you can go up. And yeah, what I'm doing now is just I will lose. Just to show you what happened when you lose. If you go a little bit higher, after a while it gets darker and you go to the space and you have stars in the background. But if you don't make it, you have to wait until you fall to the ground. And yeah, now you can see the bloom effect on the clouds a little bit better. So, and that's it. You can retry and then you can do it again. Maybe next time I do something like get as far away as you can. Oh, this is possible. I mean, yes, the particle effect starts at 0, but you die 6 feet under. Yes, and this is intended. So, that's it. Yeah, I hope you had a lot of fun. I will make a second video about all the comments I get. Maybe I wait a little bit more than just 2 days. All the links are in the description. You can download it as well. And I would be glad if you leave some comments in the Google Play Store or on itch.io or on Congregate or something elsewhere. And the best thing is if you subscribe to my channel, because if I have more than 100 subscribers, I can give my channel a name, which would be pretty good.